time to check in with Quincy City Clerk Nicole Crispo to get a rundown on the last Board of License Commissioners meeting and also a preview of the upcoming special election. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Joe. How are you today?
Great. Thanks for checking in on this Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Monday.
Oh, yeah, Monday.
Monday before Thanksgiving.
Must be Monday. It was last Tuesday that the board met.
That's right. That's
Yes.
right. I'm sorry I couldn't have been there Wednesday. I had a conference. I was out of town.
Not a problem. Appreciate you checking in with us now.
Certainly.
Looked like a pretty light agenda.
Yeah, it was. All board members were there. And we got right to agenda item number 1, hearing regarding the request of Capella Yoga at 540 Victory Road, Lisa O'Connor, manager, for 3 one-day beer and wine licenses for November 26th, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., November 27th, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m., and Saturday, December 17th, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a holiday pop-up market at Marina Bay. And Lisa O'Connor was there as the manager of Capella Yoga, as was Jay Southwood from the brewery, who will be supplying the beer for Lisa's open house type. Come in, you can do some yoga, look at her schedule. No food, no vendors will be there. And that went through 4-0. We started the meeting without the police chief, but he showed up right then there.
Okay.
So then next was agenda item number 2, continued from October 25th, 2022, hearing regarding the request of Boston Meyer Corporation, doing business as Danny's Hardware, for an off-premise package store retail wine and malt beverage license for the premise located at 53 Billings Road. Proposed manager Shan D. Dwan Parham, and that was attorney Russell Chin was representing. We did get an email of support from a neighbor, James Flaherty of 36 Berlin Street. There were no one there from the public who wanted to speak either in favor or against, in opposition. So the proposed hours are 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and Sunday 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. And that went through 5-0.
So it's going to be called Danny's Hardware?
It is Danny's Hardware now. The concept is to offer beer and wine there at the store to take out with them, as opposed to having to stop. It's more of a convenience than to stop twice, is to have the beer and wine there at the hardware store.
That's unique. I never heard of that before.
Yeah, it is pretty unique, and on behalf of the licensing board, we've never had anything like this before either. They explained to us that they just wanted it for convenience for their customers. If they were, out doing their errands, they could grab something for home.
Okay.
Okay.
It's, a new business model, perhaps.
Yeah,
who knows?
maybe.
Okay.
So then we went to agenda item number 3, hearing regarding the request of Walded Samroot Corp., doing business as Quincy Auto Sales and Services, for a Motor 2 and garage repair license for the premise located at 165 Hancock Street, due to a change of ownership on the existing operation. Will Samroot was there. He is the owner, and he will be occupying the space there. He has 15 used auto licenses. So he'll be selling up to 15 cars at a time and also garage repair. And there was no one there in favor or opposition, and that also went through 5-0.
Good.
That did conclude our regular agenda. We did make a mention of the Marymount Association request for a special use permit for their annual turkey trot on Thanksgiving morning. And that also went through 5-0. They reached out like they do every year to the police chief. We'll have some details there as well. And that was it. Our next hearing will be on December 6th.
Okay, wow, it's December here already, my goodness. So, and I understand an announcement from the building inspector.
Yes, we are going to miss Jay. He's going to retire. Good for him. We're happy for him. We will miss him dearly. But you know, his time has come, and he's looking forward to spending time with his family. So
Yeah.
perfect.
What's the process now for filling that vacancy, Nikki?
That's an appointment by the mayor.
Okay,
So as soon as that person fills that open position, I'll reach out and we'll get them acclimated to the board.
very good. All right. Now, on to the other business at hand. Actually, before we talk about the special election, do you have the final election turnout for the state election?
We are working on it right now.
Okay.
We're still doing just some very minor stuff. One is the overseas UOCAVA ballots. So, you know, if we have 4 out, that's a lot, but we do have to wait.
Yep.
We have till the 23rd to certify. So as soon as we get it, we'll put it right on the City of Quincy website.
Okay, yeah, but from my just rough math, it looked like about 46%,
Yes.
something like that.
Yes, yeah, it's about 46%. And it was a good turnout. So many people are taking advantage of the vote by mail in the in-person voting. And, you know, so almost half of the people went out, took advantage of that, and then the other half voted in person.
Yeah, which was nice day that day, fortunately, so that worked out too. So
Yep.
looks like it's here to stay, the early
It
in the mail.
certainly does.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, the special election, which will be coming up, we voted at the last council meeting for the calendar. And so for that, the nomination papers are available now. And the last day to submit nomination papers is December 13th, with a January 17th preliminary date and a February 7th election date. It's here to stay. Vote by mail. We'll be sending out. We're having the postcards printed now. Get those out in the mail as soon as we can, and then we'll be waiting for that December 13th date to make sure that we're all certified for the people who wish to run, the candidates. Once we get that done, we'll put together position on the ballot. Once we get that, we'll be able to get those ballots printed and in the mail to those people. We'll also have early voting here at City Hall. It won't be in the chamber. It'll be right here in our suite over here in the election department. I think there'll be plenty of room, and we'll have it here. We are going to take advantage of our poll pads during this election. We have poll pads that you can check in rather than to check in on the pages. You can check in on a poll pad.
Oh, like a personal electronic device?
Yes.
Okay,
It sits in front of the poll worker. They type in your name, you verify it, then they check you in and give you a ballot. We're going to use it for early voting here. We're going to use it for out at the polling places, and that's going to be a transition into September and November as well for all
really?
polling
Okay.
locations. Yeah.
Okay, and just to let folks know, this is to fill the Ward 4 City Council seat, for just the remainder of the term, right?
Yes, of course. Brian Palmucci, as most of you all know, got a judgeship. So we will be filling a vacant seat on the city council, Ward 4.
And so you'll have to request a mail-in, just like the regular election, Nikki?
That's right, you will.
Okay.
And like I said, we're getting ready now to mail those out. They're being printed. And as soon as we get those, I've been looking at the election calendar, and we do want to do our best to get the seat filled as soon as possible. Council President DeBona has taken on the role of the Ward 4 counselor, and we're grateful for that, but we do want them to be represented by their own ward counselor. So after that December 13th vote, there was a week or two in there that the certificate of nomination comes back to the city clerk and those things. I will speak with the mayor and the council president in the days to come to talk about maybe waiving that week. And that way, if the candidates agree, we can even move the process forward quicker. And
Okay.
that being said, on the 14th, we could draw for position of candidate. That way we can go to the printer for the ballots and give more people more time to get those, give us a little more time to get the ballots out to people and give people more time to vote early and in-person EV.
Oh, all right. Okay, very good. So I'll have to wait and see. Now, what does a candidate have to do in order to get on the ballot, Nikki?
So it is a Ward 4 seat, which means that the candidate needs to get 50 certified signatures in order to get onto the ballot. Those are registered voters within the ward that wish to sign so that they'll be eligible to
Okay.
go on.
Okay, and obviously the candidate has to live in the ward also.
Yes, the candidate has to live in the ward, and we do ask, where they live, and ask for an ID to verify.
Sure. Okay. There'll be, I'm sure, information on your website, just like there was for the state election.
Yes. We're trying to turn some of that stuff over now for the special. Certainly the calendar will be there, but like I said, there may be a couple of changes to the calendar after I speak with the mayor and the city council president. It would be best, I think, to go before the council and ask for that change in the calendar, where they are the ones who voted for the calendar. But I think it would be a good opportunity for us, for our printers, for the residents to button it up, give people more time to vote, give people more time to come here. And once those schedules are made, we'll get them out to you.
Yeah, we give the candidates more time to campaign also, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All righty. Never a dull one in the city clerk's office. Thanks for your time, Nikki.
Okay, take care.
All right. By the way, very, very happy and healthy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Thank you so much for spending some time with us here at QATV every week or every other week. We appreciate it.
Thank you, and to yours as well, and all the residents out there. Wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving.